Hello knitters, I'm Helen and I have lots of projects and fun things to talk to you about today, and I thought I would start with my latest design, which is the Silver River Shawl. And this is the second shawl for this season of the Shawl Society, and I designed this shawl inspired very much by the yarn that I have used in the pattern, in the sample. The yarn is from Fibre Co, and the dyer Sai is based here in Queensland. She's recently moved up to Queensland from down south, and this colour is called Jamour, which is spelled D-J-A-M-O-U-R, and then the beautiful deep green is Moby Dick. And Silver River is a reference to the Milky Way. So I don't know if you can see the star stitch pattern in the knitting, which is one of my favourite stitches. And yes, so I've used some short rows to design this shawl, which is a new to me technique, and you can see the bands of the green getting wider as the shawl progresses, and it finishes with a beautiful picot bind off, which is one of my favorites. So this particular sample was knit for me by the lovely Wendy, and she's Wendy Cutler on Instagram and Ravelry. And so I hope that people are enjoying the Shawl Society and some new techniques that I'm introducing this season. Another project that I've been working on is part of a knit along hosted by the Fibre Company, and that is my Simply Curious socks, and I'm keeping them in this gorgeous project bag, which was made for me several years ago by my friend Julia, with this lovely screen printed floral design on it. And the yarn I'm using is Amble by the Fibre Company, and this is a relatively new yarn from the Fibre Company, designed especially for sock knitting. And this one is Buttermere colourway, which is a gorgeous chartreuse colour, quite a lime green. Anyway, I think Julia suggested chartreuse for the name of the colourway, or to describe the colourway, and yeah, I think it really describes it well. So for the Fibre Co one sock knit along, you can either use the one sock design by Kate Atherley or use Amble yarn from the Fibre Company, or use Amble yarn. So I've decided to use the Amble with my own Simply Curious sock pattern, which is actually a free pattern available from my website. And yes, I'm just enjoying knitting a very plain vanilla sock, no detail to it. I'm just starting to work on the heel on this one. It's a fairly short leg, but I thought this skein has a little bit less yardage than some of the typical sock yarn put-ups, and I just thought, seeing as I have bigger feet, that I would maybe do a slightly shorter leg, just to make sure that I have enough yarn. So that's my knit along project, and I'm not going to be even finished probably one sock by the end of June, which is when the knit along finishes, but I'm pleased to have been able to participate and have really enjoyed knitting with this yarn, the Amble, and I purchased this here in Australia from Skein Sisters, which is a yarn shop in Sydney, and so that's one of the suppliers in Australia that has availability. I'm not sure, there are probably others, but that's where I got mine from. So that's one of my personal fun knits at the moment. And finally, for the knitting chat, I'm also doing a knit along this month and also through to the end of July to knit a toy. So it's the Knit 20 for 2021 toy knit along. And so I have this gorgeous kit from Fibre Co, which is Susan B. Anderson's company, and it's to make this adorable panda. And I'll link this in the comments to this pattern, which is Panda by Susan B. Anderson. It's just the most adorable little toy. And the kit includes 3 skeins of yarn. This is for the panda, and then this beautiful heavier weight red for its little cardie. And it also includes some very cute wooden buttons. I think that's an optional extra to add on to the kit. But these beautiful heart-shaped buttons for the cardigan. So I started this knit along to help myself and people doing the Knit 20 for 21 challenge to do their toy prompt. And I've just been wanting to make a toy all last year. I didn't manage to tick off that prompt in the challenge, and then this year was looking the same way. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have a knit along, make it public, and as you can see, I haven't made much progress, but I have found the kit and I have printed the pattern. So I'm going to go and wind the yarn now and start making some progress on this project as well. And just finally, a little bit of non-knitting chat. I was really lucky enough to do a workshop last week to make this beautiful Kokedama plant, and it's a Japanese style where you take a plant and wrap it in moss and then some soil and then wrap it up with string. And I did this workshop with my friend Lisa from NNK Yarns at a place in Brisbane called Soul Pantry, and it's an amazing shed filled with beautiful things, including plants, gifts, sort of eco gifts, and cheese. So basically all of my favourite things under one roof, and a lovely cafe with yummy healthy food. So it's a really cool place on the north side of Brisbane. And yeah, so we made these plants. This is Cissus allandanica, this plant, and I don't know, like, it's looking a bit droopy. I'm not sure if I'm looking after it properly. I think I've had it in a really sunny spot, and I think it might be a little bit too sunny for it, but hopefully it will thrive, and maybe it just needs some more water. I'm not sure. I love plants and I'm learning a lot about taking care of them, but I still have a lot to learn. So that's my little Kokedama, and yeah, really fun workshop. If you have a chance to do one of these workshops, I would highly recommend it. So I think that's all I have to share with you today. happy knitting, and I'll talk to you again soon.